Funny enough, I almost did not go for this event. 3 weeks before it happened, I was scrolling through Instagram when I came across an advert for Everything AI 2026 at KICC. Welcome to SideQuest Maxing on a Budget 101. I am your host, Amanda. Episode 3 is here. If you've been here before, welcome back. You already know the rules. If you're new, take a quick second to read them through kindly. Once you are done, buckle up because today is gonna be a good one. So let us get started. I'd recently attended another AI event at Gomaikot, so I was like, why not? The best part of it was completely free. There were only a few tickets left though, and so I grabbed myself one immediately. Not because I had a solid plan to attend, but because it's just vibes and inshallah. Honestly, I didn't think I'd actually show up. Then the day before the event, I got a reminder message. Hi Amanda, we hope you will still be joining us tomorrow. And suddenly it became real. I ended up skipping day 1 and attended day 2 instead. I arrived around 11 a.m. ready to explore the event on my own. Except I wasn't alone for very long. I hadn't even walked 20 steps before I spotted another girl standing there looking just as confused as I felt.
I say hi to my vlog that may never make it.
So I walked up to her and said, hi, have you come by yourself? Because I came by myself too and this feels slightly awkward. Would you like to make a new friend? And thankfully she said yes. Her name was Lena. What's funny is we started hanging out before I even knew her name. We were already walking around together, exploring the event, and at some point I stopped and thought, wait, what's your name again? Less than 20 minutes in, it genuinely felt like we'd known each other for years. And that's
so guys, we are here for the fight. We are here to do any good stuff for Skype. I don't think they know about that. We literally just had a whole lunch. Absolutely. Anyway, so right now we are at this place. We want them to reach out pictures for us. Let me show you. So basically, what's happening is they're printing for us pictures. Then they'll give us, we just want to know. So we're grabbing it. We came here for tote bags, but tote bags is but we've been told another place in the other hall where they have tote bags, so we're going to check that out. Then we also go and check the rooftop. Hopefully investigation. What else? Just do it. I was confused. And she was confused.
I looked confused, no ownership.
Always talk to people. They are suffering just like you.
Say to adopt it.
Together we explored the entire event. There were 2 exhibition halls packed with companies showcasing different AI tech solutions. Every booth had something different to offer, and it was honestly fascinating to see how many people were building interesting things out here. Some booths were giving away flyers, others brochures, and most importantly, almost all of them were giving out candy. At one booth in particular, there was this guy who told us he was from Dubai and added us candy from there, so that made us very happy, safe to say. Another thing we discovered was the free coffee seemed to be everywhere. We had coffee in hall 1, we had coffee in hall 2. At some point, I lost count of how many cups we had. There were biscuits, chocolates, snacks here and there being handed out throughout the day. Honestly, the tech industry might secretly run on caffeine. One of my favorite spots was the Canon booth. I've always been interested in cameras, so naturally I walked straight over. The lady showed us some of the equipment, explained to us how the technology has evolved over the years, and even took us a photo and then she printed it to us. I don't know why, but seeing this picture go from camera to physical print in few seconds felt very magical, surprisingly. By the end of the event, we'd collect like what felt like half of the exhibition. Flyers, brochures, company catalogs, information packs, you name it. My bag was getting heavier by the minute, but the event wasn't even over yet. Since we're already at KICC, I suggested that we go up to the rooftop, and Lena, she said yes, of course. It costed us 200 shillings per person, and after what felt like an eternity waiting for that lift, we finally made it to the top, and wow, you can see almost the whole Nairobi from up there. The sun was out, the city looked beautiful, and for a moment we stood there just taking it all in.
So guys, we are on top of Nairobi. That was a day well spent. This is where you need to do more side quests.
10 out of 10.
Literally we did all this for absolutely zero shit. Okay, tumefika hapa, we had to pay.
Yeah.
You can just see the whole of Nairobi for free. But whatever made us be here was very free. So you guys, do side quests.
Real, make new friends.
Exactly.
What's funny is that I hadn't properly been inside KICC for years. The last time I was there, I was so young, I barely remember it. So getting to experience it again felt like discovering it for the first time. And honestly, the perfect way to end the day. Looking back, I think my favorite part wasn't even the technology. It was everything the event forced me to do. It forced me to leave the house. It forced me to dress more officially than I would normally do. It forced me to step into a room full of strangers. And most importantly, it forced me to get out of my comfort zone and make a new friend. By the time I was going home, I was carrying a bag full of brochures, flyers, souvenirs, and a very random picture that I had taken. I would genuinely recommend everything AI next year, 2027. You guys should sign up. I don't know if it's out yet. Absolutely. Not because of the technology, not because of the free coffee, not because of the free candy, but because sometimes all it takes is to say yes to something you see randomly on Instagram for you to have an interesting and genuinely memorable day. Rule number 1 was budget. We passed that very easily. The event was free, so all I paid for was transport. Rule 2 and 3 also passed. We took around 80 to 90 photos and there were plenty of smiles. Rule number 4, not so much. We're mainly there for vibes, so no points there. But since it was my first time at KICC, as far as I can remember, I'm giving us some bonus points. So the final score is 110 out of 140. That's a solid pass. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
Me battery shida. Otherwise,
Walai, tungeendelea betri na daily baby. If you guys get to see this, ni Mungu by that. Bye bye.